Brian Stavely is back pushing this God is doing the Mandela effect nonsense. That's total nonsense. He's back on that now. He has never left. He actually believes God is doing this, the Mandela effect, to get our attention. He's changing Fruit Loops. He's changing risky business. He's changing Sex in the City to get our attention. Hey, Brian Stavely, if God wanted to get our attention, he could do it easily. Like saving all the animals. Like saving starving people. Like, I don't know, coming down and destroying these politicians that rule over us. That's how God can get our attention. Not by changing things. Okay, that's ridiculous. Why you're still on that is beyond my comprehension. But you're still on that. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. But you know who is doing this? CERN, our government, black forces, black budget, the money they've stolen from us. They have found a way through technology to change things. They have found a way. Now it could be time travel. It could be CERN is doing this somehow. Nobody can explain it. But this isn't a force doing this. I know how Fruit Loops used to be spelt. I know there was a dash at Kmart. I know how risky business was. Risky business, Tom Cruise had he wasn't wearing pink. He had sunglasses and he was wearing white. That was my first Mandela effect. That's what it was. No one can change that. That's what it was. But they have found a way to tap into reality and change it. Not some God sitting in the sky. That's just absolutely ridiculous. What's being done on Earth is being done by the people of Earth. The evil people. They have technology ahead of us. All these UFOs, all fake. All American aircraft. All technology from the black budget. CERN has admitted to doing this. Look up the video. The guy puts a sign. Look at the CERN video. They admit to the Mandela effect. And they're the number one suspect. Not a man in the sky that does nothing for Earth, but them. They have found a way to tap into reality. So Brian Stavely, this nonsense of God is doing this to get our attention and it's our way out, that makes zero sense. Zero, Brian. How long are you going to suffer with this nonsense? Do you think God is good? Whoever created us? Look around you, Brian. This is a dump. This is an insane asylum, prison, planet. Go visit the slaughterhouse. Go see the animals screaming. You want God to get our attention? Go in that slaughterhouse. Save all the animals. You'll get our attention. You don't need to do it backhandedly and change Fruit Loops. So you see, Brian, what you're saying is nonsense, and you're leading people down a wrong path. Our government is capable of evil you cannot even imagine. They are changing our reality. They have the money, the means, the power, the resources, the scientists to do it. Who else can but them? They're the number one suspect. Now, instead of going after them and investigating them, you're going to turn to the pie in the sky, man in the sky. And guess where that's going to get you, Brian? Sure, you know what you know where that's going to get you. Nowhere. That's why you have no answers. And you have no suspect. You have no crime because the criminals are on Earth. Now, you won't hear Brian talk about the animals suffering in slaughterhouses. No, he's over there eating the animals. You're part of the problem. Not a word about the innocent animals. You sleep good at night, Brian, don't you? I don't. I can't sleep at night. I'm thinking about these animals screaming for their lives. Hey, you don't care one bit. Not one bit. You think because you walk your dog, Brian, that you care about animals? You don't give a damn about them. You don't give one damn. If you did, you'd be making videos about the cows, pigs, chickens being stabbed to death. But I guess them be screaming for their life doesn't matter to you. You also won't hear Brian talk about the Zionists, who's at the top of the food pyramid. It's pretty simple, Brian. Whoever runs the money runs everything. Whoever owns everything has the money to do it. Who runs the banks? Zionists. You'll never hear Brian talk about that. People have brought it up to him in chats forever. He'll send his goons to block them. He'll send his goons to downplay it. He'll make fun of them. He'll call them names. All kinds of stuff. All kinds of people have told me this is what he's done. And I know first-handedly that's what he's done. So what we're left is more questions than answers. Now, if you follow Brian Stavely, you're going to be going nowhere with the Mandela effect, because he's stuck on this man in the sky with a beard, or not a beard, whatever. He's stuck with him doing this. This is insanity. We're never going to get to the bottom of who's doing this if we point to an invisible force that you can't see, can't hear, and can't touch. But you're going to pin it on him. So Brian has no reason to do this, but he's doing it. He's going right when he should be going left. The perpetrators are right here on the earth. You can touch the perpetrators. You could see them. You could feel them. You could hear them. We have 5 senses for a reason, and our 5 senses, if you follow them, will teach you who's doing the Mandela effect, and they're right on this earth. And CERN is the #1 suspect. They have to be. Our government's always the #1 suspect when it comes to evil. And now Brian is saying some of this stuff is good. Some of the Mandela effect changes are good. No, Brian. Any changes is evil. They shouldn't be changed. They're being changed for a reason. Pure evil, Brian. It should not be changed. Reality should not be changed. Nobody's trying to get our attention. What they're trying to do for evil means is mess with this right here. And that's what they've done. From Fruit Loops to Kmart to Risky Business. That's exactly what they have done. And now, Brian Stavely's even messing the Mandela effect up. Now he's on this Black Tom kick. And he's got money bags on it now. Now listen up and listen good, Brian. People that don't remember certain aspects of history is not a Mandela effect. What's going on now within the Mandela effect community is basically the Mandela effect now is being changed. If you can believe it. The Mandela effect itself is being changed. Now, Brian is saying events in history that you don't know about is the Mandela effect. No. The bread and butter of the Mandela effect is things being changed. Like Risky Business, the movie. Changed 100%. That's changed. Not I don't remember Black Tom or this or that. I can give you events that you've never even heard about, but I know about them. That's not a Mandela effect. At the core, it's not what Mandela effect means. I think you lost the meaning of what the word Mandela effect. And now Mandela effect has morphed into these different things. No. We're going about this the whole wrong way. We've got to stick to the bread and butter. We've got to stick to Fruit Loops. We've got to stick to Kmart. We've got to stick to Risky Business. We've got to stick to House Avocados. We've got to stick to the bread and butter, Jiffy peanut butter. We've got to stick to the changes. Macintosh apples. Objects in mirror may be closer than they appear. We've got to stick to the bread and butter. We cannot go on the other side and start with this Panama Canal. We cannot go on the other side and start with this Black Tom events in history that we just don't know about or we didn't read about. Most people can't even tie their own shoelaces. You think they're going to remember Black Tom? Now, even with the Panama Canal, okay, I remember it being east to west. There's no doubt about that. Actually, that was a bad example. Panama Canal is a good one. But, I mean, I guess what I mean to say is events in history. Like Black Tom. Or say an event that I've never heard about it, but you know about it, or you know about it, and I've never heard about it, or I know about it, and you never heard about it, or whatever. What I mean to say is events in history. Shit is not a Mandela effect. We have morphed what the word Mandela effect even means now, and it's confused everybody. Let's get back to the bread and butter. Now, Brian doesn't want to talk about these changes. He thinks Fruit Loops and Captain Crunch is beneath him. No, it's not beneath you. It's not beneath anybody. Those are the ones you should be hammering at. That's no doubt about it. Everybody remembers Captain Crunch was CAPTAIN. It's CAPN now. You should be hammering that. But you're going on geography stuff, globe stuff. And then, not just geography and globe, now you're going into body parts. Stuff that you're not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure. The only one that we can be 100% sure is the heart used to be on the left side. Now it's in the middle. Okay, that's it. I wouldn't go any further than that. You go any further than that, you're going into dangerous territory. You don't know these things. Let's stick to the simple, easy ones. Like the heart. Used to be left, now it's center. You go any further, Brian, any further, you're screwing yourself big time. And you're screwing the Mandela effect community big time. So, moral of the story. I'm exposing you because you're not sticking to the bread and butter. You should be on Jiffy peanut butter, Captain Crunch, and Jiffy Fruit Loops every day, all day, every minute of every second. You go on these tangents on the other ones, you're screwing yourself, you're screwing the community because those aren't 100%. These are 100%. And who cares that you say people laugh at these little ones? So what? Are they not changed? Who cares? They're changed. So they're evidence. And that's where I stand with the Mandela effect. Two more quick things. Number one, the Mandela effect community is still using the one L for Mandela. That's baloney. It was always two L's. Always. I've always spelled it that way, and I'll always continue to spell it that way. One L doesn't even make any sense spelling-wise. It's always been two L's. The other thing is, if we continue down this path of not going after the true suspects, we veered off the Mandela effect road, and now we're going into an unknown road. We cannot keep saying what Brian Stavely is saying. He's saying, and people around him are saying, that there's a way out through the Mandela effect, out of this world. I hate to break it to you, Brian and friends. And Nathan, his friend Nathan. Nathan, there's no escape out of here. There's no escape at all. This is a prison, insane asylum. Mandela effect is not going to get us out. If it was, we'd have been out of here a long time ago. We ain't going nowhere. They have us right where they want us. This isn't an escape portal. This is a changing portal into a new reality. And there's no escape out of this reality until you're dead. And that's it. So we better get on with the get on and do the right thing with the Mandela effect, or else we're going to lose everything.